Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, bringing you another episode of the Salary Cap Report. Recording and hopefully uploading this one on Thursday, October 9th, bringing it to you one day earlier because I'm not going to be able to record on Friday, October 10th, where we will more than likely see salary changes for our players take place. I will be back on Sunday to cover the salary changes that we should see on that day. I'm still not totally convinced that Fridays and Sundays are the only days that we see salary changes to our players. I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, my Ruby Vlade Divac fluctuated between 800, 1,000, and 1,200 salary throughout like one of the weeks randomly a couple of weeks ago, which is kind of strange to see his salary change on days that were not Sunday or Friday. But none of my other players had that same phenomenon happen to them. So I'm going to continue to monitor that situation. You can see right now we are 2-0 in terms of our online salary cap play here in round 3 for season 1. But we're at over 1,000 round points, and that's because we've actually played 10 offline salary cap games this round. I finally took the strategy that I shared with you guys at the beginning of the season, and I'm finally actually doing it. I'm actually playing the salary cap games offline during this first week. Now, honestly, I feel like round 3, a lot of the people who love to grind salary cap, when it hits round 3, they're going to be done playing salary cap by like the first, 5 or so days of the round. And that's because I think the majority of people who play salary cap really only play up until they hit 2,500. And I do feel like people are in such a rush to get that Hidden Gems Diamond option pack that they're going to try to get those games out possibly as early as that first weekend that round 3 is live. We're now recording this, 6 days into round 3. We have a week left basically until season 2 begins. So we have basically 6 or 7 more days to get up to 2,500 points, and we are well on schedule, or well on track rather, to get to 2,500 in the next week or so. Really nice to have salary cap offline as an option. Those of you guys that rocked with me last year might have heard me complain a lot at my own procrastination and waiting until the final 3 or 4 days of the round to try to grind out 2,000 plus points to get to 2,500. It's really nice that if I don't feel like playing offline after a long day of work and I just want to grind out a game or two, while yes, I'm only getting 60 to 70 points per win offline, it's nice to at least walk away with, on a random night, 140 to 210 points if I play and win 2 to 3 of these salary cap games offline. So it's a nice way to slowly chip away at that 2,500, and then whenever I win online, like in my last game, I beat my opponent by 23 points. We ended up going up by 209 points. So you can get those chunk points from those online wins, and then you can get those small bite-sized wins offline, which will help you, again, get to 2,500 at hopefully a decent pace where you're not feeling burnt out or frustrated with playing the game, because it can obviously get very, very frustrating. We do have a couple of things to go over in today's video. I really feel bad showing you guys my salary cap lineup where it could potentially be null and void come tomorrow's salary changes, tomorrow's salary update. I could see maybe some of these players go back up in salary. James Posey and Charlie Villanueva both at 800. I would love to see both of those players drop down, or at least one of them drop down closer to 500. I'm noticing a number of my Sapphires are actually at 600. Craig Elo, you can see, who's in my lineup currently, he's at 600 salary. Marquise Daniels, who I really enjoy running with, he's also at 600. The reason why I have Josh Childress in his place is just because, I can run Josh Childress, who's at 500, and then I can have Pau Gasol if I need to throw in another big. I played one salary cap game earlier. I think it was my first game, so I only played 2. And that game actually took a while, and I actually needed to bring in Pau Gasol for a few minutes. And I've noticed offline, every once in a while, I'll get matched up with a team that has 5 out, like 5 shooters, or teams that are really good at rebounding, and I'll just need like Pau Gasol to be, my extra big. He's a 7-footer that can play power forward and center. Especially offline, Pau Gasol I think is really valuable, and he's only 300 salary. So those Evo starter cards from day one still being very valuable in salary cap lineups, even for offline play. So really am happy to have Pau Gasol in my lineup for that reason. And honestly, Josh Childress versus Marquise Daniels, it's not a big drop off, and Josh Childress is 6'8", which is really, really nice. Now, one change is I moved on from Larry Steele and I added Bimbo Coles. He was one of my favorite players to run with last year. Those of you guys that were with me early in the year in NBA 2K25 MyTeam might remember. Actually, you definitely should not recall this at all, because if you do this, kind of weird, I guess, because it's a random moment in my 2K25 MyTeam journey. But during those agendas that we had early on in Season 1 last year, where we were able to get random Hidden Gems cards, my Sapphire Hidden Gems from those agendas was Bimbo Coles. I forgot what promo he was in ultimately, but I got his Sapphire card. It's a carbon copy of the card you see here, and he's a really fun card to run. I mean, 91 speed, he is only 6'2", and he doesn't have any really good defensive badges at all, but he has gold dimer, whereas Larry Steele did not have dimer, and I just felt like I needed more offense out of my point guard than I needed defense. Like, I have Craig Elo, who's an elite defender as a Sapphire, Josh Childress, who's also maybe not an elite defender, but he has all the physical ratings to make him a really good point of attack defender as well, which is, you know, really important, obviously. So I don't really need Bimbo Coles to be an elite defender. That's why I moved on from Larry Steele's, at least as of right now. I'm trying Bimbo Coles, who as a Sapphire also has 91 speed, which is crazy. Still really enjoying this starting lineup. I did bring back James Posey, even though I don't love his jumper online. You know, he'll have his games. I'll have a game where, for whatever reason, I'm able to green all of his jumpers, and then I'll have a game with him where I'm just not able to hit anything, and there's like no middle ground. And so what I've been doing is, if I can't hit my first couple of wide open threes with James Posey, then I just don't shoot with him unless my opponent leaves me wide open. And that's been really, really working for me, I guess. So yeah, really enjoying this lineup. I mean, this Ruby front court of Rui Hachimura, Harvey Grant, and Jabari Smith is still so lethal. I love using these cards in my salary cap games. I mean, 20 badges, again, I know I've talked about it a bunch, but the 20 badges from Rui and Harvey Grant, you really notice that impact in your game whenever you're using these cards. So yeah, really enjoying these cards. And again, I'm really enjoying Bimbo Coles. You know, I've put a bit of emphasis on him in this lineup update, which is kind of funny because I may be moving on from Bimbo Coles in this video today. And the reason for that is because of a purchase I made earlier this week, and I've been waiting until I recorded this video to show you guys. I got Keontae George for 5K or 5.5K MT. I saw him up for like 20 minutes, and I thought that was a pretty good price because I remember Keontae George being really, really good last year. Again, really good for an Emerald card last year. Let's add him to the collection. I want to show you guys why I'm excited to potentially run Keontae George in place of Bimbo Coles. Now, Bimbo Coles is at 500 salary. We're going to see in a couple of days. I'm not going to work on my lineup in this episode, but I just want to show you guys Keontae George, 6'4", and he's at 400 salary. So that is pretty damn nice. If I want to try and, tinker with my lineup a little bit more, maybe see if I could fit in another Ruby player. Maybe I can move around some of my Rubies and make them Sapphires, bring in Keontae George, and then that'll free up enough space for me to bring in another Amethyst. Maybe I move Jabari Smith to the 4 and I bring in Vlade Divac, for example, his Amethyst card, who I just got a few days ago. But Keontae George, 6'4" point guard. You guys might have seen in my auction outcomes, he has 6 gold and 6 silver badges, including Dimer, which is great. Gold Lightning Launch, gold Mini Marksman, which is pretty funny given that he's a 6'4" point guard. Again, nothing like crazy, but the fact that he is 6'4", 400 salary, 83 pointer. His jumper last year was pretty decent. You can see he's a decent rebounder, and then 88 speed. Really, really nice on Keontae. I think he could be a really fun card to run, and whenever he hits 300 salary, he's going to be the player that I bring in as my 11th, 12th, or 13th man in place of Pau Gasol. And that's going to make for a really, really fun time because, again, Keontae George, yes, I know I just spent 5K on an Emerald, but I think he's going to be a card who's going to pay in dividends down the road in salary cap, just to have a card like that who's an Emerald card, who can't go past 500 salary. So really excited to run him. Let's go ahead and open up some packs. I've been holding on to a number of packs here from grinding different modes like the Gauntlet, Breakout, and then getting those Tuesday Wild Gem agendas done. We're going to open up this 90 plus premium WNBA pack as well in this video. Let's start with this base pack and get it out of the way. We spent 10 minutes of yapping. Thank you for hanging out with me during that time. Of course, we don't get a promo player from the base pack. I did not expect to, but we get a new player in Skylar Diggins. I guess we'll take that. I guess we'll open this one up because I know if it's an Amethyst Shake, it's going to be a duplicate, right? So we need a diamond, is an Amethyst, so it's going to be a dupe. We're going to have to watch this whole walkout animation. I think this is Mikal Bridges, right? Yes, it's Mikal Bridges. So let's get through that really, really quickly. Let me know in the comments down below, are you guys still enjoying MyTeam? Because I know a lot of people who I follow on Twitter now are just playing My Career. And I just don't want to play My Career right now. I feel like if I'm going to play anything in 2K, it's going to be MyTeam, because I enjoy playing MyTeam, even if it's not, you know, a game mode that I play a lot of all the time. I try to limit, you know, if I'm feeling like a game mode is frustrating me, I'm not going to play that game mode, right? The whole point of playing a game is to have fun. And so, let's see, we have Dana Barros. That could be a sneaky fun gold card. But yeah, anyways, I'm curious to know if you guys are playing the game. Let me know. I guess we'll take a break from the wild gems. I want to open up these gems of the game and this hidden gems. I want to do all the wild gems kind of in a row. 87 plus gems of the game. I guess Vucevic would be nice. Johnny Newman, we get a New York Knick. I can't be mad at that. I'll take a hidden gem here, 2K, please and thank you. So yeah, going back to what I was saying before, again, if you are still playing it, let me know. I am curious. I'm going to make a video as we get a duplicate Quinn Buckner here. I think my other one's also unauctionable. He is. We'll put him into the exchange for a Wild Gems option pack. I'll take that. Thank you, 2K. Maybe we'll get a dope Wild Gem Sapphire card. We'll open that up in this video too, I guess. Or maybe we'll save that one for Sunday. Maybe we'll do that for Sunday. We'll see. Okay, let's get some of these out of the way now. Wild Gems 80 plus. Yeah, I'm still enjoying playing MyTeam. You know, I mean, obviously it kind of sucks to feel like there isn't a lot to grind for right now. You know, the season-long content is great. Gerald Wilkins, 83 overall. Interesting. Probably is not going to be that good of a player, but hey, you know, it's a new player. 84 plus. Who do I want here that's an 84 plus? I don't really know. Let's see, 2K. Surprise me. Give me someone I want. Royce O'Neal could be interesting. If Royce O'Neal has a decent jump shot, I feel like he could be a solid defender. So if his jumper's not bad, that could be a fun card to mix into my salary cap lineup. Here we go. Wild Gems 87 plus. This is the big ticket right here. Can we see a card like Austin Rivers, like Mario Chalmers? Give me someone like that, 2K. Yusuf Nurkic. Give me someone I can use. Bernard King. I mean, Bernard King cards later on in the year could be really good. Something tells me this Bernard King card, however, is not going to be all that good. Let's get this other 87 plus gems of the game out of the way. And then we'll open up that 90 plus pack to end the video right here. Who is this going to be? Billy Knight, who we already have. Unfortunately, yes, he is unauctionable. I don't know why I keep checking. We're not going to put 10 of those cards in for an 87 plus hidden gems. I'm sorry. We'll take the MT. Here we go. 90 plus overall premium WNBA player. I'd love to hear to see the plus. I almost said hear the plus. I'd love to see the plus here, but nope, we're not going to get the plus. Hopefully it's a player who we don't have, so don't be Kate Martin. I don't know if I have any other WNBA players who are in the Amethyst tier, so just don't be Kate Martin, I guess. Let's flip it and see. It's a power forward, limitless range. Just, you know, Cameron Brink's a pink diamond, right? Yeah, I don't know who that is, Chief. I'm sorry. Hopefully it's someone that I may want to use. Oh, it's Azura Stevens. Well, you know what? If I were to ever do a WNBA domination, I'm going to need some power forwards and centers who I trust, I guess. So I guess we will take that. And I guess that's all I have for you guys in this video, because I want to at least save a couple of packs for Sunday's episode, even if there aren't like a ton of exciting, sexy packs to open up. But there you have it. I guess we'll quickly take a peek and see. I want to see what Royce O'Neal looks like. and Bernard King, I guess. So Bernard King, C-rated 3-point shot, and he is 800 salary, which could be interesting. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness, did not mean to do that. Let's take a look at the badges really quickly. He has no badges. Wow, okay, that is not great. Attributes, let's take a look and see. 83 midi, 67 3-pointer, 84 speed is not bad. Yeah, I mean, look, Bernard King was not known as a 3-point shooter during his time, so I'm not surprised, but obviously a little frustrating to get a Ruby card we're probably not going to want to use it all. All right, let's take a look here at Royce O'Neal. 82 midi, 84 3. He's a 6'6" small forward. Let's see, 80 driving dunk. Defensively, he is solid. 78 speed, not great, but not horrific. Let's take a look at the badges and see, does he come? I don't see Deadeye, which is already really disappointing. So no Deadeye, off-ball pest, pogo, rebound chaser, set shot specialist. Okay, if its salary is 500, this will be interesting. If he's 800, we're going to move on. It's 800. We're going to move on. I guess we'll very quickly take a look at that Emerald. I'm curious about that Emerald card, actually. That 83 overall, where the Gerald Wilkins. Oh, he can shoot. Okay, let's take a look here. Gerald Wilkins, 78 midi, 79 3, 6'6" shooting guard. 83 perimeter, but 44 interior. Only 80 speed is not great. What do the badges look like on you, sir? Silver Challenger, Silver Float Game, Silver Layup Mixmaster, Silver On-Ball Menace. That's not bad. A lot of athletic badges on him. And he's at 500 salary. I mean, it's going to make him a no-go either. Like, I don't love any of those pulls, unfortunately. No exciting pulls out of our Wild Gems packs, but, you know, that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles when it comes to these Tuesday packs. Yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Again, let me know in the comments down below, not just if you're playing Salary Cap. Are you playing MyTeam still? Are you enjoying MyTeam? Are you waiting for Season 2? We're going to hopefully make a Season 2 MyTeam video. Maybe not a wish list, but kind of what I'm trying to realistically hope we get. And I really hope we get some good stuff, obviously, for Season 2. Because if we don't, I think we're going to see even more people migrate on over to my career, or maybe just to other games. You know, for me, Pokemon ZA is dropping the day before Season 2 drops. And if Season 2 looks pretty trash, I am going to be more than happy to spend most of my video game time every week towards that game instead of on NBA 2K26 MyTeam. But regardless, we'll have to see what it looks like. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.